here we are with another metal video, and this time it's not going to be a reaction video. I'll be bringing you guys my Winter Sun reaction video later on this week. Don't worry, it's coming, but right now we have a pressing matter to get into because a little band that you may have heard of called Iron Maiden just released their first new track in about 6 years. And if you guys don't know, I'm a pretty big fan of Iron Maiden. I've seen them live a bunch of times. I even have my little Eddie over here. So today we're going to have to do a track review of the new Iron Maiden track, Writing on the Wall. So we're going to get into that right now. Okay, so the video for this track is actually number 12 on YouTube Music at the time of recording this video, so I'm pretty pumped that so many people are still into Iron Maiden. Before I can say anything, I guess I have to point out that I'm a super big hypocrite, guys. Halloween fans, I know that you're going to be lurking in the comments, and I know that you're going to be telling me that I was mean to Halloween, and now I'm coming and being so nice to Iron Maiden, who are equally old. These guys are in their 60s at this point. And like, just calm down, Halloween fans, okay? No one's gonna take Halloween away from you. So yeah, Iron Maiden has been around for a while. This is a band that has 16 studio albums, I believe. I used to own a bunch of them on CD, and I think they've been active for around 46 years. And as I said earlier, I've seen Iron Maiden a bunch of times live. Unfortunately, I've never had the chance to meet them, but I hope that one day I do get the chance, especially Dave Murray. He just seems like he'd be really fun to hang out with. I'd like to have a barbecue with Dave Murray. As for my favorite Iron Maiden albums, there's obviously The Number of the Beast. There's obviously Power Slave. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son is one of my favorite albums. I've played chess to that album a lot of times. And Dance of Death, terrible album cover, but really good album. I've listened to that one a lot of times, especially in high school. But as an Iron Maiden fan, I have to admit, I haven't been super gripped by an Iron Maiden album since A Matter of Life and Death when I was like 16 years old. Side note, I was actually chatting with a couple of my high school buddies in prepping for this video, and I mentioned that it was 16 years ago that A Matter of Life and Death came out, so it's kind of like the midpoint of our lives, and we were all super into that album. My buddy Scard actually skipped school to pick up that album, so on CD. What a weird thing to think about. But yeah, with Final Frontier, I thought that album was okay. Didn't really get its hooks into me that much. And Book of Souls, I haven't really given enough of a chance. So if you know some good tracks off of Book of Souls, go ahead and leave those down in the comments. But now we have to get into my thoughts, my review of this new track here, The Writing on the Wall. So let's get into it. So let's start with the album art because that's the first thing that you see on Spotify when it comes up. Pretty cool album art, kind of a digital painting type of vibe. Not really rich in color, which is why I'm glad that this track came out with a video that is very cartoony and very colorful, and I think that represents the track a lot better. I do like the aesthetic with the Grim Reaper on a motorcycle and stuff though. I've listened to this track about 3 times now, and it's definitely grown on me. The chorus is in my head right now, I have to say. When I first listened to the track, I was a little bit worried when it comes in with that acoustic intro, and then it's immediately kind of twangy. You know, Iron Maiden's kind of an older band. As I said, they're in their 60s, so I don't know, I was a little bit worried that they might be getting into kind of a country vibe, but the song picks up. It gets quite a bit heavier as the track continues. Obviously, I really love the mix. Iron Maiden's mix is usually pretty great, pretty professionally done. They know who to work with, I guess, at this point. Steve Harris's bass is nice and loud. You can hear that bass clicking away, which I always love to hear on my Maiden tracks. When it comes to the vocals, Bruce, he sounds old as hell, because he is, but he's still giving her. He doesn't really sound the way that he used to. You know, he's no Rob Halford, but you can tell that he's still putting the effort in, and he's still hitting some notes and still giving an energetic performance on this tune. There's some lyrics here about impending doom, kind of inevitable destruction, fitting in with Grim Reaper, and obviously, the things we've all experienced in real life recently. Some lyrics also about empires being over, which, the British Empire is definitely over, but I don't see, like, Russia and China, they don't seem to be wrapping the whole empire game anytime soon. I don't know. What else can I really say about this track? I like it. When it comes to the history of Iron Maiden, they don't usually release the best track on the album as the first single. For A Matter of Life and Death, I believe it was Different World, which is like the worst track on the album. I don't think this track probably represents the album as a whole very well. So that's the track more or less. I watched the video too. Pretty cool video. Pretty good mix of CGI and kind of traditional animation. I was digging the art aesthetic. It definitely reminded me of Beeple. It reminded me of this CGI short that I've seen on YouTube called A Star Tease or something like that. It's like a Warhammer thing. I'll link that down below. It also kind of reminded me of Aeon Flux, the original, I think it was a MTV show, I want to say, not the movie with Charlize Theron. But if you do want to watch a really good Charlize Theron movie, watch Atomic Blonde. We are super off topic. So when it comes to rating this track, as I said, I do like the track. I think it's well mixed. Some good guitar work on this track. Some nice solos, more or less what you expect when you come to Iron Maiden. And as I said, the chorus is pretty catchy, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. So that's this video. Hope that you enjoyed it. My Winter Sun video is going to be coming out later this week, so if you don't want to miss that, make sure that you subscribe. Don't forget that I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.